So, hello everyone. So, I am a reporter from Group 4, and I am here to discuss with you the Annex H. Now let's proceed. So, alternative methods of procurement. So, government documentary requires for alternative procurement. So, this procurement based on IRR or of RA 9184. So, it applies to uh, suppliers, contractors, and consultants. It excludes repeat order, certain shopping, and specific negotiation. So this for Annex H, which this focuses on the rules for alternative methods of procurement under RA 9184. So it explains how government agencies may produce or procure goods, services, or infrastructure without public bidding, but still following proper rules and documentation. So Annex H, for this um, slide, it ensures uh, these rules. It ensures transparency, accountability, and fairness even when alternative procurement methods are used. So let's proceed for the um, general rules. Uh, so, so BAC determines required documents for alternative modality. Stage of submission must be specified of either for evaluation, award, or payment. Previously submitted and updated documents need to be resubmitted. Individual consultants may submit BIR certificate in LIWE or DTI and layers permit. So Appendix A explains that general rules for documentary requirements. The bids or awards committee or the AC decides which documents are required and when they should be submitted, such as during evaluation or before payment. It also avoids duplication since documents are already on a file or registered in PhilGeps, no longer needs to be resubmitted for individual consultants. The rules are simplified by allowing a VR certificate of registration instead of multiple permits. So let's proceed to the next slide. So for key documentary requirements, so commonly required documents sa pag procurement na. So ano siya yung mga kailangan na to ng mga requirements. So mayor's business permit or PhilGeps registration number, omnibus sworn statement, income or business tax return for ABC above 500,000 pesos, and PCAB license and NFCC for infrastructure projects, professional license or CV for consulting services. So, no? So this for the key documentary requirements, it highlights the most common documents required across alternative procurement methods. These documents prove that the supplier or contractor is legally registered, financially capable, and technically qualified. For infrastructure projects, additional requirements such as PCAB license and NFCC are needed while consultants must submit professional licenses or curriculum vitae. So let's proceed to the next slide. For the negotiated and special procurement, so applicable to emergency cases. So applicable din siya no sa mga nani na mga cases. So emergency cases, take of contracts just adjacent, contiguous projects, scientific, scholarly, artistic, and exclusive technology services, highly technical consultants, small value procurement, and lease of real property of or venue. So for this, so it discusses that situations will initiate a procurement and other special methods apply. So this includes emergency cases, takeoff of contracts, small value procurement, and leasing of property or venues. Although these methods are faster, these still require compliance with the necessary documents to ensure that the procurement remains legal and reasonable. So let's proceed to the next slide. For the Appendix B, lease of real property. So this page or um, slide, valuation based on mag-evaluate na. So evaluation based on location. So kung may evaluate ng mga contractors, no? So base sila diri sa upat. So location and site condition, neighborhood data, real property condition, services and facilities. So uh, uh, this introduces how government agency evaluate proposals for the lease of real property. So properties are rated based on location. So mali siya, no? Siya, blah, 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 and ability services. So each category has a corresponding weight and the total score of factor value determines whether the property meets the required standards set by the procuring entity. So next slide. So determining reasonable rental rates. So rental reasonable may be determined through um, observed depreciation method, straight line depreciation method, comparative market price analysis. The rental is acceptable if within computed or prevailing market rates. So if the lessor's quoted price is within the computed amount or market range, it may be considered reasonable and eligible for award. So for the last slide, list of venue. So din dyan po siya sa Appendix B. So rental reasonableness, reasonableness may be determined through observed depreciation method. Ay, hindi siya. Hindi siya na. Hindi siya. Pause. So now let's proceed to the list of venue, Appendix P. So list of venues such as hotels or uh, co- conference halls venue are evaluated based on the availability, accessibility, surroundings, or area, facilities, and services offered. Just like leasing real property, a weighted rating system is used and only bids that meet or exceed the passing rate of the considered responsive. So that speaks up my report. So that concludes it. So thank you everyone for listening. And that's it.